Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? I'm doing a little podcast today. It's a review on Angie's List. Not Angie's List, but certain workers, people that work for Angie's List, they hire. Because even though Angie's List within itself has been faithful to me, and I prefer to use them for years. Now I've been satisfied with them up until a few days ago. Matter of fact, October 23rd at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you a little story. I'm used to getting quotes from people that come from Angie's List, and they always give you a quote. And I always seem to turn out pretty good with the plumbers, electricians, people like that. This time, unfortunately, I wasn't able to contact the last electrician that I hired to do some work for me. So I went back to Angie's List, and they have this thing called Home Advisors, and you can buy into prepay for a service to be done, which I thought was really inexpensive for what I wanted to have done. Was put some wall receptacles replaced for a ceiling fan, a couple of ceiling fans, and they had been kind of old, so I decided not to do them myself. Let me pay somebody else to do it. So I paid for that service. It was $224, cheap service, and then you get a membership to go with it, which is not $45 off of it, a yearly membership. So that's something I hadn't done before. I did it in trust and in faith that things would work out. And so the next morning, my appointment was supposed to be at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I get a phone call from Delphin Libakale, who was supposed to be servicing us. And he said, I'm on my way. I'm just at Walmart getting a tester, electrical tester. Now, keep in mind, too, I'm accustomed to people being on time. Nobody's perfect, but make an exception to the rule. When he got here, he said, okay, I'm here to do your work for you. Went through all 9 and 5, and I said, let me show you both these places that I want to have done. He said, 2 places? He said, no, this is just for one. And he showed me on the phone where the order was just put in for one. And I said, no, I want to have 2 done. He said, well, that's the charge for just one. Excuse me. Keep in mind, I was not willing to pay another $200 or $200, whatever it would cost to have just one more receptacle put in. So I was advised by Delphin. He said, well, sir, you need to cancel immediately because I am on the clock here. I said, well, you just get ready to leave because I'm not going to pay a dime for this service. And I asked for one thing, but I'm getting another. He said, well, go ahead and cancel. And then at the same time, if you cancel, they'll get a cancellation review and they'll cancel it and you won't be charged anything for it. And at the same time, you can hire me to do it and I'll do it for less for you. At first I said, no, I don't want to do that either. He said, well, we're both Black. You should support Black businesses. Okay, I've heard that before. That's something I don't care about either. How can you call me brother? Because I know how brothers do one another. My everything, all these antennas going up on my head all this time and all these years I've been alive, and I've heard that before. So, but still, I kind of ignored myself. I ignored the signal. So I said, okay, we canceled. I got a message from Home Advisors saying that I had canceled. And he showed me on his phone that the job had been canceled and he was getting paid 0%. And he was telling me, nearly begged me to say, well, go ahead and let me do this job for you because I need to make that money today and you need to save money. Okay, so I agreed to have him put both receptacles in. All seemed well until later that night and I got a message, boom, and I thought it was him thanking me or something for the day we had spent together and the understanding that we had. So I've never been through this before, never prepaid anything like this. But now I get this message that says, hello, sorry to bother you. They paid the $90, but it's saying you canceled the service. I'd follow up to see what's going on. Have a great night. You ever been just left? It's just like being somebody you sinking in quicksand. They have a rope, but they won't throw it to you. That's what this seems. So what was my response? And then I felt kind of cold then when he said that. Well, you should be honest and do the math. I paid the $170 and you should send the $90 back so it could be credited to my account. Wouldn't business people do that? Wouldn't a business person do that? Wouldn't a person that's in business want to make it right, the situation right, and do the right thing? No, but he said later on down the road, I showed you all during the day that I was making 0% at the job. And it was said 0 during the day. Yet and still that night, he was being credited for $90. So he chose to live in the past with what he told me and not take responsibility for the money that he was receiving for a job that I had canceled. Not knowing myself that as long as they're in your house and they say they're doing the job, then Angie's List or Home Improvement or whoever they are tracking that business. They're providing a service. They can, as far as they're concerned, they're providing a service. He knew that. Okay, they asked me why in a message, why I wasn't satisfied. And I went on to explain them. It's an automated message you get from a home advisors and Angie's List. Now, when you do make a complaint in the phone, in the 1-800 number, nobody ever answers. They responded back to me saying that they don't advise that we tip their employees. So he had made communication with them in between time and that we had talked, and he had talked back to me between now and that Monday when I tried to resolve all these issues. And by that time, it was all coming out of my account. So I told him I was going to report him. So I had to go further than that, further than to report it, because this is a business, and with businesses, you do reviews. And I forgot to get his picture and his information when he left. So I wrote him back. I said, sir, as a senior citizen, I must say I'm sorry for our loss of confidence as people. I would like to introduce you to some of my friends who need your services. And let's have some friends that do need service, electrical services. Some are older and live in high security places. I want to protect them. I will need you to send me your website information you show while here and a copy of your business card. Also, so they'll know who I'm referring, please send your picture as well. I also work at various places and know many people. I do podcasts as well, and I will advertise you. I said, I will advertise you, which I'm doing now, letting people know how much of a fraud this person is and probably perhaps educate them as well. Today, when you cheat people or you mistreat people, you kind of get it back quickly. And so as I go, let me share a picture with you while we're at it, because he did send me a picture, and I will include in my description below his information. So if you see him, You won't hire him. His name is Delphin Libakale, and his email information is Delphin, DELPHIN work at gmail.com. 305-923-9909. I advise you that when you see this face, he comes up to you, whether it's from Angie's list or off the street of anybody that you know, don't use them. I'm in my full right to say it because I've dealt firsthand with them. This is just it for me for the day. I just want to help the public become aware. The Angie's list is fine, and they do some superb work. They have superb workers out there, great workers. But in everything, they're even in the hospital, there are nurses. They found nurses that kill people. They take it upon themselves to play God. And in politics, they're crooked people. We know that. In churches, they're pedophiles. So why not in Angie's list? There are also crooks, thieves, murderers, all kind of people. You run all kind of people that don't want to take responsibility. So we have to help the public. This is a public awareness moment. Learn to take responsibility. Delphine, whatever your name is, however you pronounce it. But, and I have exposed you to the public and I've given you some advertisement. Now, it's up to you to make it right. And I'm a senior citizen. You should be ashamed of taking advantage of me. If I never get another dime back, I'm satisfied that you gave me your information. I can tag you in this video and I can tag people to let them know. All right. I was a player too. Did not play with players. You don't play with people's trust. It's hard for me to trust people. Doggone it. You went and messed that up, Delphine. I'm mad. But I'm bad too. Yeah. I know some people in the mob, Delphine. Most of all, I know God, and God don't like ugly, and you have been ugly. This is now time for you to step back, Cracker Jack. And don't come to me talking about being black, because I'm mixed with Indian, black, white, everything. Adam and Eve. Bye, y'all.